Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video, and this one's going to be about the Avatar SDCC 2017 exclusive piece of merchandise that's just been revealed. So yeah, we are quickly approaching Comic-Con 2017. It's coming up starting July 19th, which is the preview night, and ending on the 23rd. So we will be, I suppose, expecting some sort of an announcement in the coming days about if we're going to be getting a panel for Avatar Comics, Korra Comics, and that's going to be the big kind of make or break for Comic-Con this year. But anyway, we're here to talk about the exclusive piece of merchandise here, and without spoiling too much, we're not going to be here massively long, because we skip down here and, oh look, it's that thing. That's our exclusive for this year. How fun. So yeah, what they say here is, has a lack of Avatar merchandise been making you angry? Yes, it has. They know me too well. This chibified rendition of The Last Airbender from Zwire Industries ought to balance your chi. In a sepia tone to match the look of exclusive prints that have sold at previous Comic-Cons, $25. And yeah, this is sepia tone Chibi-Ang from Zwire Industries. So I obviously have a review up of the colored version, the normal version of this figure, and it's really cool. I definitely would recommend everyone get that. It's €5 cheaper, $5 cheaper as well. It's only $20. And I'd highly recommend people check out that figure. I don't see the appeal at all for this figure. I don't get why they feel that this is the way to repaint it, or just a product to release at all. They try and justify it there by saying it's based off the style from prints that we've sold at Comic-Cons in the past, but it doesn't say that on the packaging or anything like that. It just looks like this really badly washed out Aang. It looks like they left a batch of the normally colored ones out in like the air for too long, out in the sun for too long, and the colors are just faded off. Anyone who sees this figure and asks you what it is, you have to give them this really weird explanation for like what it's based off. And I get it, like there's no real repaint opportunities for the regular Aang. There's no way to make it and look any different. Like, it's not like it's a Transformer where you can do a repaint and just kind of call it some new character or give it a completely different name. There's only so much you can do, but it just feels weird that the one Avatar exclusive for Comic-Con this year is this thing. It just feels so uninspired, so unexciting, that it's just like, when I first saw this, I just like looked at it, was just like, really? This thing is what we're getting this year for Comic-Con. I don't know where the appeal is, really. I suspect it will still sell reasonably well, in that any Avatar fan going to the convention, it's cheap enough that, like, why not pick it up as an Avatar thing related to your trip to Comic-Con 2017? But still, I don't get why they're even charging that $5 more. I don't get why there's the need to kind of charge more for this. That feels really like convention tax almost. That, oh, it's an exclusive, so it's $5 more, even though it looks worse than the normal one. So yeah, really, really, really disappointed that this is the only convention thing. As well as that, like, I think the problem is just that, like, really, like, we're coming up to the release of Turf Wars and you put out an Avatar thing as your one exclusive. I would have thought they would have wanted to do a Korra thing more so than an Aang thing, unless that means potentially they're maybe making an Avatar announcement at a panel this year. I'm not sure, but yeah, just very, very uninspiring. The other thing with this is just that obviously, like, this was initially announced by Zwire Industries on, as you can see there, December 19th, 2016. Like, that's like 8 months ago, and it didn't get much of a reaction. Not many people reported on it, and the people who did talk about it, I think felt the same way. It's just like, well, why this is the repaint? Why is this the next figure? Like, where's the Zuko Zwire Industries? Where's the Katara? Where's all of those characters you teased in silhouette when you first announced that you were making figures in the first place? I thought, like, basically up until this announcement, I thought that basically they had posted this, got no reaction to it, and had more or less kind of silently scrapped this as a product because it had received very little like feedback, that it didn't seem like anyone wanted it. So I was shocked to see that, like, what? This is what they've chosen as the like exclusive thing for this year's convention. And I suppose that's the only way they're going to sell it. Because I think if they just put this up as like a repaint on their site for sale, I think it would have completely bombed. Like, it would have sold really, really badly. I really do wonder how many of these they have to sell as well, because I think they must know that the market for this is like tiny. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. Maybe they have done something fancy with the packaging, but I assume with all those pictures they showed back there with the announcement, it doesn't look like they have. It's just literally the figure looks a bit different, that's all. So kind of a disappointing initial start to Comic-Con with this as the main announcement, for like merchandise anyway. Hopefully later on today we will be getting the schedule for Friday, and we'll see if there's a panel on Friday. I think tomorrow they're going to reveal the schedule for the Saturday of the convention, and then on Sunday the Sunday schedule. And we'll know by Sunday, I suppose, for sure if there's an Avatar or Korra panel this year at Comic-Con, and whether or not this Comic-Con is kind of worth really checking out for Avatar fans. Because obviously last year's convention was quite disappointing, but I think this year most fans would agree we need some announcements, we need some statements made about what exactly is going on here, because Dark Horse, maybe it's not Dark Horse's fault, maybe it's Nickelodeon's fault, but just the two of them and their communication with how they're working together with the fans has been quite bad recently. Just with the whole Avatar Comics fiasco of just like, Guru Hura's not on board anymore, we don't have any idea what's next, if there is anything coming up next. And then even Korra comics are soon going to be in doubt as well, because Irene Co's only on board for Turf Wars Part 1, 2, and 3. After that, we're going to need a new Korra artist. And is there even a plan to do more Korra comics anyway after that? We just assume that that's the case. So I think there needs to be a Dark Horse panel. I think they need to announce some stuff, comics, and I'd hope they announce other merchandise as well. But I don't know how confident I am of that actually happening. Because if this is the level of effort they're kind of putting into Comic-Con this year, a sepia tone Aang repaint is like the one Avatar exclusive, what does that mean for the rest of things? Now, merchandise is a big thing, like it's hard to produce it in the first place. This seems like a simple enough thing to put out. It'll probably sell reasonably well. Maybe it doesn't represent anything about the quality of the show coming up, but it's disappointing for sure. But in the comments, coming to the end of the video, what are your thoughts on this? Do you see any positive thing? Are you in any way excited for this sepia tone Chibi Aang figure? Do you see in any way what they were going for here, or why this is the piece of merchandise for this year? And also let me know your predictions. Do you think there will be anything at Comic-Con this year? Any news or panel that will be notable for the fandom this year? Let me know your predictions as well. But that has been the video for today, so thanks for watching, and bye!